guys, I have the electrified hot hatch version of the Abarth, and this is something I am super excited to drive because of all the noise I've been hearing. So let's head to it. Yep, it's that time of year again where it's SMMT, which means we are doing first impressions of a few different cars here to see what we actually think of them initially driving. We're going with some different things this year, so I'm super excited. Believe it or not, the Abarth EV is not based on the Abarth platform. It's a whole new EV platform shared with the Fiat 500E. So that means a lower centre of gravity, wider track and a lovely aggressive front bumper. The Abarth has had an electrified makeover, still keeping the fun and funky looks we know and love, but with that EV twist. This one is in acid green, which suits this bold car perfectly. You'll find Abarth and Scorpion branded dotted around, but can we please take a moment to appreciate this interior? Personally, I think the quality is a step up and the attention to detail is spot on. With two questionable rear seats and a boot just about big enough to fit in your shopping, my favourite feature is the door handles. They have buttons! The biggest thing about the Abarth EV has to be the sound. Now these are actually taken from the Abarth 595 and 695. They've put 6,000 hours and 2 years of development to make it sound just like the petrol. I am so excited to hear the noise of this. So before we literally do anything else, why is that really quiet? Mad. The biggest thing I'm noticing is the clutch space. So in the previous Abarth, the petrol versions, I've always found I've sat a bit up and almost over the pedals, whereas this has a little bit more room and you're sat a bit more lower and sportier. So the real test is going to be, how does it drive? More importantly, how the hell do I get out of here? At low speeds, the fake exhaust sound is actually quite consistent, so whereas in actual petrol one it will move up and down with whatever your revs are, in this it's kind of staying at one level. But is that going to change when we put our foot down? It's got 152 brake horsepower, 179 pound-feet of torque and a 0 to 60 time of 7 seconds. Now top speed is only 96 miles an hour because it's an EV, obviously they drop out a bit on the top end. However, it's actually a whole second quicker than the petrol equivalent around the Bracco track. That's pretty impressive. Because of EV technology and battery weight, it weighs a whole 350 kilograms heavier than the petrol equivalent. Now it's still 1400 kilograms, so power to weight isn't bad. And being electric means we've got our torque instantly there, and even a little bit of wheel spin. It's really punchy and fun, and because you're in quite a small car, you're nipping around on the roads. The low centre of gravity is great, the car feels super settled, and there's very little body roll. I want to know if I can make this exhaust louder. It's actually not as loud as I thought it would be, which is one, a good thing, because I guess you don't want it droning on and on and on, but also I really like a loud car. I think when you are reaching your top speed, because obviously there's no gears and you're kind of missing the gear change noise, so it almost sounds like you're just in one gear revving out, which is obviously what an electric car is doing. That's maybe where I would have added a little bit in, so it doesn't sound like you're maxing out the revs constantly, because the back of my brain is telling me I need to change gear, but there is no gears to change. It has a 42 kilowatt hour battery, so that's going to give you approximately 160 miles of range. Now, although it's the same battery as the Fiat 500E, you do get a lot less range. And because this car is egging you on to just go faster, to go harder and to really push it, I don't think we'd see close to 160. Unless maybe we were on a motorway. Just look at that grip. Oh no! Even the phone can't cope. I have stuck a GoPro to the back of the car, and I must admit last time I did this it fell off at 70 miles an hour, so I'm really hoping it doesn't fall off. But I just have to capture that sound from outside the car.
fake exhaust noise isn't for you and you want a quiet drive, you can turn it off on the steering wheel. Don't ask me how.
Weirdly enough, you do still get like that electric whistle when you lift off. I don't know if you can hear it very well, but like I say, it's trying to get your brain to associate that there's exhaust noise, even though it is fake, but you're in an EV. When we talk about steering, it's actually really nicely weighted. You can feel it points exactly where you want it to go, and it's really nimble as well. Now, it's still a little bit kind of disconnected from the road, as some EVs are, but it's really good. Even with the extra weight, the brakes are fantastic. It's just everything I kind of imagined it to be. I imagined it with the Abarth edge of an electric car, and actually it's an Abarth with an electric edge. It's adding something that EVs can often miss, and that's the fun and playfulness that you get in your hot hatches and in some of your sports cars. I think it's safe to say my first impressions of the electric Abarth is I love it. It's so funky, it's so cool, it drives amazing, and it really gives us hope for the future of what electric hot hatches may look like. Now, it's something I really want to explore further, so hopefully we might see one on the channel again. But for now, you guys know the drill. To make my journey your journey, like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!